Anyone want to give me a name? Because the first one that always pops to my mind is Sarah, and I've never had sex with a girl called Sarah. Ever. A girl's name, anyone?
Brittany.
What?
Brittany.
Brittany. Do I look... Seriously, Robbie, would I have sex with a Brittany?
That's why I chose it.
All right. Here we go. I'm just trying to visualize her now. Okay, straight to camera, just to be serious. Now, when do you do this? It's important. Not directly after sex. So you just roll off and you go, so I hope you're not taking this too seriously. Oh, you're getting dressed. All right. Don't do it in a public place because the girl, depending on how much investment she has in you, I mean, often the girl goes, fuck yes, awesome, thank you. This is exactly what I want. Much more than you would expect. When I first started, when I set myself a goal one year, after my first year in game, my goal was rack up as many girls as possible. Did that. Second year, I thought, all right, what I want to do is I want to have 5 really hot, really high self-esteem girls who are way smarter than me. That was my goal. So I set about that, and I thought, well, what's going to happen is I'm going to have to get a whole bunch of girls into bed, and probably 70% of them will go, fuck you, I want a boyfriend, and leave. Surprisingly, it was the other way around. More than 70% of the girls were like, at least, okay, let's try this. This is another myth that we have in our mind, that girls don't want this kind of relationship. They just don't necessarily know it's out there. Because a lot of girls have had the experience of trashy one-night stand when they were drunk, felt a bit shit about it the next day, maybe had sex with a friend once or twice, and had some boyfriends. Lots of girls have had other experience, but that's pretty common. So when you come along and go, well, actually, I've got a different option, I have to sell it really well. Because she needs to know what she gets out of it. Human beings are selfish. What's in it for her to fuck you on a casual basis is the question you should be asking yourself. So, Brittany, look, I just wanted to have a chat to you about what's happening with us. Now, I don't know where you're at, but I really want to know. But what I think is important is that I tell you what's happening for me because I respect you and I just want to be honest about where we're at. All right, so let's pause there. So it's not a big deal. I'm not going, right, so you might want to take a seat now. We need to talk about us. Yeah? I don't need to make a big deal about it. This is me, again, being casually clear about who I am. And what I don't do at the beginning is I don't tell her what she wants. I don't say, look, just so you know, not getting married. I say, I don't know what's going on for you, but I want to know, which is completely true. So it's not going to set her up in some reactive defensive position. And then I tell her why I need to tell her this. Because I have respect for her and I want to be honest with her. Again, this is completely true. This is just not rhetoric. Brittany, I've been having an awesome time with you. This has been really cool to hang out. You're a fun, funky, crazy chick, and I want to keep seeing you. All right, so here's the good sell. I tell her what I like about her, what I'm enjoying about this relationship that we're having. And I tell her that I do want to keep on seeing her. So straight away, I've set from the beginning, I'm being open and honest, and I want this to continue. Before I go in there and say, just so you know. But I think it's important that you know that now in my life, I'm not looking for an exclusive relationship, and I'm not offering that. There it is. You just have to fucking say it at some point. Put it out there. And not right now because maybe in the future or something. It's just like, this is my lifestyle, I'm choosing it. And then I can explain to her why that is. For you guys, that'll all be different. And just own it. If the truth is because I haven't had enough sexual experience and I want to sleep with a bunch of girls, tell her that. Own it. Make no apology for it. So, I've told her. And I'll understand if that's not what you're after. This phrase or variation upon is really important. I'll understand. This is her get out of jail free card. This is saying you have choice here. You know the fact. I completely understand if that's not cool for you. Because you need to be willing, if you want to have 5 girlfriends, you need to be willing to let any of them walk at any moment. That was the mindset that I had. And I would, at periodic intervals, just cut all of them off and just start again. Because that was the life that I was committed to when I went through that last phase, and that's what I'm currently in again. So, I'll understand if that's not cool with you. But you don't have to make a decision about this now, but I want you to just think about it and let me know where you're at with it. Because I would really like to see you, but it's not going to be all the time or every week, because that's what I can offer right now. So what do you reckon? And you put it to her. She can decide then, or she can go away and think about it, and then it's done. So that's stage one. Have the talk. Yeah? Don't do it word for word like I would. Use the own way that you would say it. But the key principle is open, direct, honest, unapologetic. Here's what I can offer. And essentially, in a nice way, take it or leave it. Now, very important is that after that, you follow up this talk with your actions, because people will hear what you do, not necessarily what you say. So if I give her that talk, and then the next day, I call her up, and we go for a walk, hand in hand, and I go and meet her friends, and then I whisper in her ear, you know, I really like you, then I'm telling her the opposite of what I told her the previous night. And she'll hear what she wants to hear. I slept with this girl once, and I spoke of the talk with her. I told her. And afterwards, we went down to the tram stop to send her home. And as we were standing at the tram stop, she just innocently just took me by the hand and just held me there and just started swinging. And I said to her, Brittany, remember that talk we had just before? This is what I mean. That's a bit mean, isn't it? It's a bit nasty. And she looked a little bit shocked. She went, oh, okay. And that was it. Just by me setting that simple boundary, I wasn't being nasty. I was just saying, no, that's what boyfriend and girlfriend do. I know you've done that before with a boyfriend. I'm not angry at her. She just did it absentmindedly. But I'm like, no, that's not my role in your life. My role is for you to call me at 10 p.m. on a Saturday night when you're horny and come over. That's what I'm here for. And so after that instance, that's all that she did. It was very clear. So, as a guideline, here are some things that you should implement if you want to have successful long-term multiple relationships. No public displays of affection. Now, that does not include slaps to the arse. They are totally okay. Running a hand up her thigh while sitting at a restaurant, also okay. Walking down a street, suddenly shoving her in an alley and pashing her passionately. Do you guys say pash here? It's a bit of an 80s thing in Australia. I just went out and pashed this guy. That's all fine, because what is that? Those are the touches of a lover, of a guy you're having an affair with. Not of a long-term boyfriend, typically. Well, it should be, but it's often not. So yeah, you can touch a girl like that in public, but don't walk around arm in arm like she's your girlfriend. Because again, she's just going to hear what she wants to hear, or what you're forcing her to hear through your actions. Make sense? Excellent. How often do you see the girl? My general rule was once every 8 or 9 days. It couldn't be once every 7 days, because that meant that she would start to monopolise my weekends. Not that weekends really mean anything to me, because I've never had a real job. But for others, it's important. So I would see a girl every week and a bit. And that was enough time that we had a connection, that we enjoyed our time together, that we had awesome sex, but not enough time for us to be getting attached. If you see a girl 2 or 3 or 4 times a week, you're done.